This is Robert, singer in The Cure at the Zillo Festival. The Zillo Festival occupies a particular position for The Cure because it's traditionally been one of the die-hard kind of festivals. We know that we can probably play songs here that we couldn't play at any other festival because we know that the audience comprises a lot of hardcore Cure fans. So it's generally one of the best festivals that we play. And I hope that I haven't jinxed it by saying that. Well, I must admit, there wasn't just a rainstorm, it was like Noah's Ark on stage. It was pretty astounding. It's the first time ever in all the years that I've been doing it that a promoter has come on stage and said to me, if you want to pull the show, you can. It's usually the other way around. He said, like, we can't play, it's like we'll be electrocuted. But I felt that the audience was so wet and they were so cold that to see us, you know, we were wet and cold, but we're playing. It's like to walk off and just leave them there. I felt like, it's not in my heart to do that, so we just moved everything back. We played in a space about this big, just all standing next to each other. I mean, it's quite surreal, really. I've never done anything like it before. The pedal boards were full of water, everything stopped working. Eventually we were just plugged into like 1 amp each, but it just took me back to, you know, if you're playing in a pub when you're young, you play, you know, whatever happens, you just play, and it was just that. I mean, it made me think I've still got that inside me. It's that sort of, you know, it's not that I'm young anymore, but I refuse to be kind of, you know, I think if people are prepared to stand there and watch us, we should be prepared to play. It's obviously slightly more dangerous, but I just had a big thing put on the mic, you know, and as I'm such a God-fearing man, I knew I'd be all right. Yeah, but I think the most inspiring thing was the reaction of the audience. It was that they responded in kind, and it was a fantastic show, you know. I mean, we had to stop for 15 minutes, 6 songs in, I think, 5 songs into the show, which normally you wouldn't recover, but we went back on and just picked it up because the audience just was straight back up. So it's knowing that the people that we're playing to have got that in them as well. If it was a kind of like a, you know, I don't think Bryan Adams' crowd would have stood in the rain hoping he's going to come back. So there's that sort of communication, I suppose, that you get at festivals. You think that when you go out on stage, you have to believe that only half the audience likes you and the other half hate you. We always have to have that because sometimes it's been true, you know. It makes you feel a bit kind of like harder, it makes you want to be, you know, so if people throw, you know, if someone chucks a bottle, it doesn't matter because that's one of the 50% that hates you, so they're idiots, you know. But as it turns out, I mean, through the 4 or 5 that we've done so far, we come off stage thinking that the audience as a whole has responded, you know, and that's without playing Just Like Heaven or Lullaby or anything. So it's good. I mean, it's someone said to me that the reason why we're doing these festivals is because I get fed up with reality, and there is a grain of truth in that. It's like the experiences that I have when we do festivals are so different to what I do in my normal life. So if I didn't do them, I would look back and I'd regret it. It's the reason why I do it. The current status is we've got about 40 songs, and I have to choose which 10 are going to make the next Cure album. I've got about a month. It's actually all changed today, funnily enough, because I thought we were going to start recording in October, but we got an offer today, this afternoon, to do something in October, which is a really interesting thing, something that unlike we've ever done before, and I'm very tempted. We've just been talking about it. I'm very tempted to put recording back a month in order to do it, because it'll be an event that we would film and would probably comprise a DVD, and it's not very often that we've only got one DVD out there, so it'll be something we could do on our own and actually make something that would be a very special one-off event. If we don't do it this October, we'll probably do something. The official 25th anniversary of The Cure is next May, I think, and Universal are putting together a box set. At last they've agreed to a box set of all the B-sides and some rarities and stuff, so we may well do both. What I'm hoping to put together for next year, for next May, is getting all the ex-members of The Cure together on stage and doing a big kind of, you know, history of The Cure night. But it's quite an ambitious project, and it might not happen, but it'd be good if it does.
Cure.